let's look at the dictionary meaning first. Now, epistemology is derived from Greek. So episteme in Greek mean episteme. And logos mean study or word. So you will find logi like biology, physiology. So that just means study. Episteme mean basically knowledge. And that's the word which Aristotle uses. A lot of people translate it as science. And science obviously is a Latin word, which they used to translate episteme. But today we mean, with science, we don't just mean knowledge, we mean something specific. That's why that's not a good translation. But episteme mean knowledge. And this word comes from a Greek word, verb, to know or how to know, etc. So that's epistemology. Epistemology is study of knowledge. Knowledge in the sense that what is knowledge and the sources of knowledge. So what happens with modernity is not just I just talked about sources of knowledge, but that just reminded me to add that modernity, what is knowledge is also, definition of knowledge, what is knowledge, is also change. And basically, knowledge is most of the time what we call information, for example. And number two, sources of knowledge. And sources of knowledge and their veracity and which sources are better and any contamination in those sources. And then obviously when you talk about knowledge and sources of knowledge, so you bring up the issue of any suspicion about those sources. So skepticism is a big thing in modernism. One of the things about modernism is skepticism become the source of or a central epistemological problem, because modern epistemology starts with skepticism about what was before. Skepticism about Christianity, skepticism about revelation and its veracity, skepticism about scholastic notion of knowledge, skepticism about all that was before. And then obviously it stays on. And in fact, Descartes uses skepticism to arrive at a point of absolute certainty. So that's a strange thing about modernity, that it has skepticism and absolute certainty. So people think that they are something different, but no. Skepticism and the view of absolute certainty are intermingled together. And a lot of people today, among Muslims as well, become misled by this, because in fact, skepticism at the basis of knowledge is a modernist conception. You won't find even in Greek where skepticism started, at least historically. You won't find it in Christianity. You won't find it in Islam, despite people trying to read Imam Ghazali with Cartesian lenses. Skepticism doesn't have priority, neither in Greek philosophy nor in Christian scholasticism nor in Islamic ilm kalam. And also, absolute certainty is also a very modernist conception. You don't have that in Greek philosophy. You don't have that in Christianity. You don't have, as far as I know anyway, you don't have that in Islamic ilm kalam. So when people try to reinterpret yaqeen, for example, as absolute certainty, then that's totally alien conception they're trying to impose on Islamic epistemology and on Quranic words, for example. Okay, so these are the main conceptions.